story I have ever heard in my entire life. I went to a dinner party last night and I was sat beside a girl who I've never met before, and she showed up with this guy, and so I casually asked, like, oh, is that your boyfriend? And she was like, oh no, actually that's my stepbrother. And I was like, oh, sorry. Anyways, throughout the night, we end up getting on the conversation of like high school boyfriend, and she proceeds to tell the most insane story I have ever heard in my entire life. So, let's call this girl that was sitting beside me Stephanie, and her high school boyfriend's name was Rich. Stephanie and Rich go to the same high school. In grade 9, 10, eventually they decide that they're gonna be an item. They are dating for a few years, and then they decide they're going to lose their virginities to each other. So, Rich comes from an extremely wealthy family in Toronto, and he had a bunch of penthouses. So he decided to like steal the keys, and he was going to surprise her with dinner in one of these penthouses, and then they were going to do the deed. It's all planned out. They know that on Friday they're gonna go to Rich's house and they're going to do this thing, but he keeps it a secret that he's actually gonna take her to his family's penthouse. So it's the Friday. They go to school as normal. She's super nervous, super excited, and at the end of the day, they get in their car and they drive to this penthouse. And she's like, oh, like where are we going? Like, we're not going to your house. And he's like, oh, I like have a surprise. She's like, okay. So anyways, they pull up to this beautiful penthouse downtown Toronto, and they park their car, they go in, they go up the elevator, he clicks PH, and she's like, oh my God, he's like, yeah, my dad owns this penthouse. I took the keys and we'll have dinner here tonight, and like no one's there. And she's like, oh my God, okay, like, wow, I've never been in a penthouse. Like, this is awesome. So they open the door. There's 2 sets of shoes that are there. She looks down, and right away she says to Rich, like, why is my mom here? Why would you invite her? Like, are we having dinner with our parents first and then doing this? And he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, those are my mom's shoes. And Rich is like, excuse me? So there's 2 sets of shoes sitting there. And so they walk around the corner, nobody in the apartment. They go into the bedroom. Stephanie's mom and Rich's dad are in bed together. Fully. They scream. Stephanie screams so loud. Both parents turn around, and now everyone's frantically panicking. Stephanie's screaming, crying, Rich is yelling, and it's like a shit show. Stephanie goes running out of the apartment. Rich follows her, running out of the apartment. They both the lobby of this condo, downtown Toronto, and she's having a full-on panic attack. 30 seconds later, Rich's dad comes running down, and then Stephanie's mom, and now they're having like a full family feud in the lobby of this apartment. Stephanie's like, I need to get out of here right now. So her mom is like, okay, like I'm gonna get my stuff, I'm gonna come back down, we're gonna go home. Like, I promise, like we're gonna explain everything. They leave. They go back home to their respective homes. And pretty much that night, they announce that they have been having an affair to their respective wife and husband. They've been having an affair for 2 years, for as long as the kids, because when Steph and Rich first started dating, they didn't have their driver's licenses. Their parents had to drive them from one house to the other. And a few months into the kids dating, they flung up this affair. Come back for part 2.
Okay, let's just pause and process the absolute logistical nightmare of this situation. 2 sets of shoes at the door. You're a high schooler. You're nervous. You think you're about to have this huge milestone moment with your boyfriend in a secret penthouse, and boom, your mom's shoes are just sitting there. My stomach would have instantly dropped to the basement, but the sheer betrayal here is what gets me. It's not just an affair. These parents were driving their kids to dates. They were chauffeuring their teenagers to see each other, playing the supportive parents while actively sleeping together behind their backs for 2 entire years. That is a level of psychological manipulation that I don't think either of those kids will ever recover from. And then the lobby fight. Imagine the sheer panic. You're crying, your boyfriend is yelling, and suddenly the 2 people who caused the trauma come running down the elevator adjusting their clothes. It sounds like a soap opera, but this is someone's actual trauma. Just brutal. Speaking of family members completely violating your trust and peace of mind, let's talk about the people we actually let sleep inside our homes.
I got my makeup stolen by my 15-year-old cousin. So we're trying new products today because I had to replace all my makeup. Not all of it, but majority of it. This is the Benefit Dewy Lala. I used to have the e.l.f. Halo Glow, but I don't know my fucking shade and she took it. So we're using to give you guys a little backstory. They don't live here. They live like 4 hours away. And yeah, I never thought that she would actually do some shit like this. Cause last time she came, she was like 12. This time she came, she was 15. And my mom did tell me, oh yeah, she wears like makeup now. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Like, you know, like, it's cute. Her older sister, she's 19, super sweet. Like, she's super sweet. She's very natural. I do my makeup in different order, like in a random ass orders. Am I saying that right? I do my makeup like in random steps, pues. And the fuck? So my room is like the visitor's room. So they stayed in my room and well, just her parents, and then they slept in the living room on the air mattress. My room is usually the visitor's room, but I don't mind. I just went to go spend the night at my boyfriend's. So I wasn't here for like the 3 days they had came. I came, hi, hung out with them for a little bit, and then I would go back to my boyfriend's house. So yeah, so I wasn't really in my room and anything because I took all my stuff, and my beautiful angel boyfriend have bought me my own makeup for his house. So I never like there was no need for me to take my makeup. There was no need. Like I have my own makeup at his house, right? But my mom did tell me, she was all like, don't leave anything in the room that you wouldn't want to like it to go missing. And I was like, nah, like they've came here multiple times. Like they've never done some weird shit like that. Like they wouldn't do that. Like they wouldn't do that. And yeah, so I just trusted them, left all my stuff here. Also because her parents were sleeping in the room. They were sleeping in the living room. So I was like, first thing she stole was my Rare Beauty blush. I don't know what shade she took, so I just got a new shade. Yeah, this one's definitely not the one I got. The other one was more like a bubble gum like pink. This one's like a more like nude pink. Okay, so let's see how this looks. So yeah, her parents were staying in my room. They were sleeping in the living room, right? And yeah, I didn't like think about it twice or anything. And when I had seen her, she was wearing like fake eyelashes, but like I think strips, and just like a liner, and then just like powder. Like her face just looked like very like powdery, not like, I don't know, it would just look like very bland, right? So I was just like, okay, she does a little makeup, but I was thinking she was gonna have a whole beat, right? Because my mom was explaining it, like she does her makeup, and I was like, okay, period, like, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't think nothing of her. We really didn't speak, actually. The days that she was right here, I thought she was just shy, you know, like, oh, she's probably going through puberty, like, you know, like, she's probably, like, shy. Her older sister, she's super sweet, like, she's very talkative, and, like, she's super sweet. Just cute. Yeah, so, like, she was kind of shy. She wasn't really talking to me and stuff like that, but my sister says that she was talking to her, like she would join in the conversation, like, with her older sister, like, she would, like, you know. So I was just like, okay, like, she's probably just shy, or like probably she don't fuck with me. I don't know. But yeah, so that was that. Okay, Monday comes around. They leave Monday morning. I came Monday morning. They didn't leave Monday morning. They kind of left like at Monday, like 12 o'clock. I came like at 9 a.m. Okay, my mom's making everyone breakfast. Like, I'm over here like setting up the table. Second product she stole, I think this was my shade. Also, I didn't remember, so I literally got lucky with guessing it. But yeah, this was the second item she stole. A Fit Me, Maybelline Fit Me press powder. Yeah, so I was setting up the table and stuff, and like I would notice that she wouldn't like look at me. Like, she was not making like eye contact with me, or like just like avoiding me. She was just like avoiding me, didn't want to look at me or anything. Like I was setting up the table and like she was eating already, like something else, and like she just got up and like left, and I was like, okay, like cool. I was like, okay. At that time I did not think anything of it. I just thought like she's a teenager, she's shy, like I don't really care, you know. So yeah, but she wasn't looking at me. Okay, cool, whatever. Then it's time for them to leave. After breakfast they leave, and we all like are saying our goodbyes. I give my other cousin a hug, I give her dad a hug, I give her my tia a hug. And third new item that we're trying, because she stole my Murielo Twins palette that was released like so long ago that it was literally like, at this point was like just sentimental to me, because that was like my first like ever like big girl makeup product. And it's actually so good. If you guys have the Murielo Twins like palette, like the one that they made with Beauty Creations, you know that shit's bomb. I think it's Beauty Creations. So like yeah, she took that shit. So that's actually one of the items that I was like most pissed about, because I was like, there's no fucking way. Like you took a big product, like you didn't care to be sneaky, like you literally went shopping in my vanity, like anyways, let's try this. Back to the story. So yeah, so I said bye to everyone. She was the last one that I gave a hug to, because I'm telling you, she was avoiding me. Like she did not, like, you know, like I said bye to everyone, and then she was the last one. She's like, oh, okay, bye. Like mind you, like this, like, oh, okay, bye. Like she didn't even look at me in like the eyes. Now I fucking know why. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to be, because she's my cousin, but that was some fucked up ass shit. We were not close either, but that's some fucked up ass shit, because bitch, we're family. First cousin hoe. Anyways, but yeah, so she didn't like look at me, and then yeah, they left. Okay, cool. That Monday I didn't end up like going out nowhere, so I didn't even like put makeup on. I didn't notice until Tuesday morning. Okay, this bronzer is a little bit more of a bronzier shade, and the one from the Murielo Twins was a powder, but like a cool tone. It was really like the perfect fucking color for me. Oh my god. Any fucking ways. So yeah, Tuesday morning comes along. I'm getting ready. I'm going to the gym. Okay. And I have my favorite ever product that I barely got. And it was like, this was my favorite product, guys. I literally went to go get it. And I was like, oh, where's it at? Like, I'm looking for the product. And I told my sister, because I just had told her, like, oh my god, this product's so good. Like, you should try it. And it was a Kylie skin tint. It was this Kylie skin tint. And I'm looking, I'm like, I can't find it. I asked my sister, she's like, no, I don't have it. I keep looking, I'm like, wait a damn minute. This shit looks kind of empty. Guys, she went on a whole fucking shopping spree. The e.l.f. Halo Glow. She took my NYX press powder. She took my Kylie skin tint. She took my Rare Beauty blush that I told you guys about. And what else did she take? I know there was something else. She basically took like $100 worth of my makeup, which in this economy, honey. But and then you're probably thinking like, oh my god, like you had makeup at your boyfriend's house. No, my boyfriend's house is drugstore. This was like high-end makeup, like it was my good shit, you know. So that's why I was even more mad. And also because I'm like, honey, you probably don't even know what the fuck to do with that makeup, because I seen her makeup routine and it looked very bland. So I was just kind of like, and I barely had got a few of those products, like the Kylie skin tint. I just had got that, so I was like pissed. But I will be telling her mom next time they come, because that was some fucking shady shit, and you don't do that, and you know better.
I need everyone to understand the distinct type of rage that comes with having your makeup stolen. We are not talking about a $5 lip gloss. She mentioned the Murielo Twins palette, the Kylie skin tint, the Rare Beauty blush. That is a small fortune just sitting on a vanity. What really bothers me here isn't just the theft. It's the audacity of the 15-year-old cousin's behavior. Remember how she mentioned the girl wouldn't make eye contact at breakfast? Shh. That right there is the universal sign of guilt. She knew exactly what she was doing. She went shopping in her older cousin's bedroom while the parents were sleeping in the living room. And you know the worst part? Family members will always try to excuse this. Oh, she's just going through puberty. She's just shy. No, she is a silent operator. She is running a heist. You trusted them in your safe space, and she walked out with a Sephora haul. I'd be billing the aunt immediately. Honestly, losing $100 in makeup is painful, but at least her house was clean, which is a lot more than I can say for this next girl's dating experience.
The year's 2013, and I met this cute little tenderoni on Facebook, and after enough conversing and talking, I've decided that he's not a complete weirdo, and I want to meet him in person. He invites me over to his home, which I'm so excited to go over to because he lived in this black, affluent neighborhood in the southwest area of Atlanta. If you know, you know. And I was so eager to find out just how big his house was. And I also knew he lived there with just his mother, who was a total girl boss, okay, because she had a baked good business online. And again, it's 2013. I didn't know of that many online businesses that sold baked goods or like just edible consumable items in general. So like this black woman, single mom, killing it in the cookie business. I'm like, yes, I want to meet your mother. I want to meet your mother. And he also had this cute little dog, some of which he would have in the video chats, like every single time we talked. So I'm already very comfortable, okay? Like super good with parents, especially good with mothers, super good with a chocolate chip cookie. And I love a cute little dog. So I was super comfortable to go over. I get to his home. He opens up the door. And as soon as I walk in, I notice right to the right of the door. I mean, an immediate right. As soon as you look down, walk in, as soon as you look down, it was a small little pile of poop. And I'm like, oh, immediately. Not judgmental or anything, because obviously I know that you have a small little dog, and like obviously your small little dog just used the bathroom and you weren't aware of it, didn't realize it, didn't notice it. Like that's what I'm thinking automatically, like, oh, like the dog just did that, so like now you have to get that because the dog just did that, right? So I step inside because, you know, again, not being judgmental over that. But then he closes the door and I look over to the left. And there's another small pile of poop. And I'm like, goodness. I mean, little doggy has an issue, doesn't it? I mean, I guess this little bugger is really new to the family. It's not potty trained whatsoever at all. And I say to myself, you know, normally I would take off my shoes, you know, but I'm starting to get a sense of a feeling that maybe I should keep mine on. So we take a few steps further, and now we're cutting around the corner around the staircase, and we're entering kind of like the dining room before you walk into the kitchen. And what do you know? There's more little small piles of poop, except as I'm looking closer and closer at these little small piles of poop, because when dog poop is fresh, you can tell it's fresh. You can tell it is kind of wet. You can tell the texture changes as dog poop dries. And not only does the texture change, so does the color. It starts to become a little white and encapsulated, and that lets you know that it's really been sitting there for a while. And now my heart is racing because this is starting to become a level of nasty that I've never in my life been privy to, where like this shit is crazy. And we're now approaching the kitchen where his mother is currently and actively baking fucking cookies. And guess what is all over the kitchen floor? All over the floor, to the windows, to the wall. It's just dog shit on the floor. Y'all don't give a damn. You don't give a damn. You don't give a fuck. Y'all don't give a shit. Y'all don't give a anything. You don't give a poop. You don't give a scoop. I'm talking about, why is it so much dog shit on the floor? And not only why is it so, why are you leaving it? Why are you leaving it? Why are you actively baking cookies in the midst of shit? And from that day forward, I have been traumatized, and I don't care what you sell. If it's out that kitchen, I'm not getting it.
I am physically uncomfortable. I actually feel nauseous just imagining the smell of this house. Listen, I love dogs. A cute little puppy on a FaceTime call? Adorable. But walking into a house and stepping into a literal minefield? Absolutely not. The fact that she saw the first pile and tried to be polite. I get it. We've all been there. You want to make a good impression. You don't want to judge. But then she sees the second pile, and then she notices the texture changes. Oh my God, the detail about the color turning white? That means it has been sitting there for days. Days. And the mom is just in the kitchen, casually baking cookies for her online business, completely unbothered by the biohazard surrounding her feet. Y'all don't give a scoop. I am crying. I would have sprinted out of that door so fast. I don't care how cute the guy is, I am not eating a single baked good from that zip code. Clearly, finding out who people really are behind closed doors is terrifying. But what happens when you take someone out of their element and throw them directly into the chaos of a massive family vacation?
If you're gonna bring your boyfriend on the family trip, you need to make sure he meets the family before the trip. Because my cousin didn't think it was necessary to do this, and the trip went absolutely terrible. So we get to our Airbnb in Fort Myers, and it's not just a few of us, right? It's me, my aunts, my uncles, their kids, my grandma. So my cousin's boyfriend is about to meet the whole gang while all staying in the same Airbnb. And if that don't sound like a problem, I don't know what does. So we get there, right? Everybody's picking their room. And my cousin, I don't even know why she thought this, thought her and her boyfriend was finna get their own room. That was the first mistake. My cousin Kim goes, oh, Andrew, like, let's take this room. Like, it has a king bed, it has its own bathroom. Like, this would be perfect for us. They're grabbing their bags, walking in the room. My grandma comes around the corner. She sees this. She walks in and goes, y'all think you're getting this room? No ring, no room. Y'all can get the futon. Hey, I didn't say it. But I'm with Granny. Because why you get the king bed with the attached bathroom? Hold on. So Kim and Andrew got nothing to say. Because what are you really going to say? So Kim's like, oh, seriously? Like, whatever. She ain't going to fight it. Because Grandma, she might have to put the paws on her. And we're not going to do that. We just got here. So Kim and Andrew, they go back in the room. They grab their stuff. They move down to, there's like 2-3 living rooms here. So they go move it to one of the living rooms with the futon, right? Because everybody else, the people with the families and kids, right? The younger kids, they get the rooms. The married couples, right? That makes more sense. The older people. So we hang out by the beach during the day, and then later we all go out to dinner. And this is when my family low-key starts testing Andrew. So we get there, and Andrew's trying to like kiss up to people, you know, he's talking everybody's ear off, and he wants to buy everybody a drink. So he's trying to buy my aunts and uncles, my mom, grandma, everybody a little drink, right? And my grandma got a lot to say. So when he's up there trying to buy a drink, brings her back something. She looks at him and says, where'd you get all this money from? You selling? Grandma, he's trying to be nice. He's trying to be nice to you. Just accept it. He looks at her. He goes, no, ma'am, like I would never do anything like that. She goes, oh, you got a problem with people who sell? Grandma, what you want from him? What's going on? So he's just laughing. He's like, no, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm just saying that's not something I do. Like, I am a, whatever he is, accountant. Like, I don't do that. She wants to keep coming at him, like, right? She's like, oh, you're too good for this, blah, 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 blah. I butt in. I'm like, Grandma, like, just leave him alone. He's a good man. You know, he's not doing too much. Kimmy, I don't even know where Kim is at this point, right? She didn't see none of this, which, thank God, because she probably would have snapped. And we don't need that. We don't need that on day one. Like, hello. So we're getting drinks. We're doing all this. I tell him, thank you. Like, you didn't need to do this. You need to buy me a drink. Like, whatever, nice of you. And he's like, oh yeah, don't even worry about it. Like, I saved so much money with these flights that I got extra money to spend. I'm like, okay, cool. If that's how you feel, fine. So we keep hanging out, whatever. You know, my uncles are messing with him a little bit. Like, he's getting stuff, but he's not taking it too hard yet, right? He's okay with it. He's a dude. He's fine. So after that, after dinner, we go back right? We go back, rest of the night, we kind of chill. Next day, this is when I thought he might leave. So the next day, people are slowly waking up and it's pretty quiet in the house, but you can hear random little bickering outside. And we're all nosy, so we are finding that out ASAP. So we're looking through the little peephole, we're looking through the little windows, everything's closed, but we're like peeking through. And it's Kim and Andrew arguing about something. And one thing you don't want to do is argue in front of my family because everybody about to get involved. So they're out there bickering about something, I don't even know what. All of a sudden, my aunt's big body flies past me like Queen Latifah and busts open the door. She opens the door to them standing there. They stand and look at her. She goes, "This is vacation. Why are y'all arguing right now? Like, if you got something to say, bring it inside. We can all handle this together." They don't say nothing. Kim's like, stop. Can we just leave it alone? Like, it's fine. It's nothing. Andrew ain't saying a word, right? So they come inside, and my aunt's trying to get it out of them. She ain't leaving it alone. She's like, y'all need to speak up. What's going on? We're not about to do this on vacation. If you got something to say it. I'm like, what y'all finna say? What's going on? I'm interested. Everybody interested, right? Grandma's even awake. She don't wake up till 1. So we're all locked in, ready to hear what's going on. And all of a sudden, Kim starts crying. And when Kim starts crying, everybody looking straight at Andrew. I thought Andrew was gonna die. I thought Andrew was gonna be donezo, right? Because, our family don't play. And nobody even knows you like that for real. So my aunt is like, did you hurt her? What's going on? Like, Kim, what's wrong? What did he do? Like, he can leave right now. Again, what's going on? Like, y'all see that? What's going on? And then Kim says something I was not expecting. She's crying. She's talking about, well, last night my ex texted me that he's also in Fort Myers. He must have saw my Instagram story or something. And this morning when Andrew woke up, he saw that and he's all mad at me because he thinks I'm talking to my ex, but I swear I'm not. Like, it was just a coincidence that he happened to text me. Then Andrew starts speaking and he goes, "Look, I'm sorry for not trusting you. I just find that really weird that he would randomly text." My aunt cuts him right off and says, "I don't see the problem with that. Like, he just want to say he's here. Like, I don't see no issue." Andrew, you can tell, is mad, but he doesn't want to say anything. He's not about to fight my family, right? So Andrew's just like, yeah, you're right. I believe her. Done, right? Whole rest of the day, I'm not going to lie, pretty silent, right? Pretty silent between them two, right? Like, there's not much going on. You can tell there's a little bit of tension, a little bit of animosity. So I'm like, let me talk to him. So I'm talking to Kim. I'm like, hey, like, just don't ignore Andrew now. Like, obviously anybody would be mad if they saw somebody's ex text them randomly. Like, just be cool. Like, keep going up to Andrew, talking to him, make him feel, involved, because everybody low-key on against him. She's like, you're right, blah, blah, blah. I go talk to Andrew and I'm like, Andrew, you good? Like, is everything fine? He's like, yeah, I probably did over exaggerate. Like, it's whatever. Like, I should plan something for us to do. I'm like, yeah, you should. That'd probably make her happy. So we go out on the beach. We're out there. He goes to this little parasailing booth. I'm out there with him. And they say it's like $120 to book a 2-person parasail thing. I'm like, I'm not finna do that. That's too much money. And I don't even like parasailing. I'm scared I'm finna get dragged and ate by sharks. No. So I'm like, dang, you finna pay that? Because is it per person? He's like, yeah, it's fine though. Like, I told you, I saved so much money on this trip. Like, I'm not worried about it. I'm like, yeah, what do you mean you save so much money? He's like, okay, how do you book your flights? I'm like, I just do Google Flights. He's like, you use Google Flights? I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with that? He's like, bro, you're overpaying so much. He's like, why do you not use Hopper? What is Hopper? He's like, bro, it's an app where you have like 50 to 70% off on all flights, hotels, everything. I book every single flight through Hopper. I booked mine and Kim's, and we literally got like half off. I'm like, yo, you should have told me this before the trip. Why are you telling me this now? He laughs. So he gets the parasailing thing. I'm on shore. I'm just watching them parasail, right? They have a great time. Things are better. Spirits are better. It's great. Our family, everybody's, having a good time now. So later in the day, Kids asleep. The people with the kids, they stay home. Everybody who don't got a kid, we outside tonight. So we go to this cute little dive bar in Fort Myers. We're having an amazing time. Everybody's laughing, giggling. Andrew's finally feeling involved with everybody, connected. And then out of nowhere, who could possibly walk in this bar? Who could it be to ruin everything? Kim's ex. Kim's ex walks in this bar. I see him first. I see him over at the door. I look. I said, Kim, we might need to leave.
First of all, taking a brand new boyfriend on a massive family trip before he has properly bonded with the family is a rookie mistake. You are setting this man up for failure. And as they were at the king bed with the ensuite bathroom on day one, the grandma shutting them down with no ring, no room is iconic. I am printing that out and framing it. But last thing about I said was, do you care? The grandmother tests him, the uncles test him, and he's clearly cracking. The moment he gets insecure about the ex-boyfriend texting her, he brings the drama outside where everyone can see it. You do not argue on a family vacation. And then, to try and regain some weird alpha status, he flexes about using the Hopper app to get cheap flights. Bro, nobody cares about your discounts when you're ruining the vibe. But that ending. The ex actually walking into the dive bar in Fort Myers? I need part 2 immediately. Andrew is not surviving this trip. When you really sit back and look at the overarching theme of all these situations, it's actually terrifying how little we know about the people right in front of us. Today's stories aren't just about bad dates or annoying relatives. They are a deep dive into the facade of normality that people fight so desperately to maintain, and what happens when that mask finally slips. Let's start by looking at the thread that connects the Penthouse disaster, the stolen makeup, that literal biohazard of a kitchen, and the chaotic family trip. It all comes down to boundaries and the absolute violation of them. Remember when we saw the mom baking cookies amidst the absolute chaos of that kitchen floor? Or the parents who used their kids' high school romance as a cover for their own decades-long affair? On the surface, these are affluent, successful people. The guy in the second story lived in a massive house in a wealthy neighborhood. The guy in the first story had a family that owned multiple penthouses in downtown Toronto. We are conditioned by society to associate wealth and status with a certain level of decorum and moral cleanliness. But the reality is often rotting right on the floor or hiding in a bedroom. Wealth doesn't buy you a moral compass, and a beautiful house doesn't mean it's not full of shh. Sometimes literally. If we zoom out and look at this from a macro perspective, human nature is incredibly fragile when it comes to ego and preservation. Take the boyfriend Andrew on the family trip. That phrase, no ring, no room, from the grandmother really stuck with me. Why? Because it immediately stripped away his perceived authority. He wanted to walk into that Airbnb and establish himself as the man of the house, claiming the biggest room. When he was rejected, his ego bruised. Then the grandmother questioned his money, bruised again. By the time the ex-boyfriend texted, Andrew wasn't actually mad about the text. He was mad that he had zero control over the situation. He tried to overcompensate by flexing about how much money he saved on flights. It's such a classic defense mechanism. When people feel small, they grasp at anything to make themselves feel big again. But we also have to turn the lens around and ask a counter question. Why do we, as bystanders or victims, ignore the blatant red flags? Think about the girl who got her makeup stolen. She noticed her 15-year-old cousin avoiding eye contact. She saw her wearing fake lashes and powder. She even noticed her own products were missing, yet she gaslit herself into thinking, oh, she's just a shy teenager. Or the girl in the kitchen. She saw a pile of dog poop, then another pile, then analyzed the structural integrity of the dried poop, and still kept walking further into the house. We do this all the time. We are so desperate to be polite, to avoid confrontation, or to keep the peace that we completely override our own intuition. We let people cross our boundaries because calling them out feels too uncomfortable. The core lesson here is that the truth always inevitably surfaces. You cannot hide who you really are forever. A 2-year affair will eventually be exposed by a pair of misplaced shoes. A stolen palette will eventually be noticed. A facade of being a wealthy, put-together entrepreneur shatters the moment someone walks through your front door. And a fragile ego will always snap under the pressure of a chaotic family vacation. You can fake your lifestyle on Facebook, You can fake your innocence at the breakfast table, and you can fake your confidence by buying everyone a drink at the bar. But reality is undefeated. So I have a question for you guys. If you were in that penthouse and realized what your parents were doing, or if you walked into that kitchen, what is your exact exit strategy? Do you scream? Do you just silently turn around and walk away? Let me know down in the comments, because I am genuinely curious how you all would handle this level of madness. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Shh. Stay safe out there, and seriously, check your family's group chats.